he didn't kill German-speaking people.
A guest on the Rachel Maddow show on MSNBC defended Hitler to attack Vladimir Putin. So, I will get to this clip, and I will get to everything wrong with it, but this is Michael McFaul, former U.S. ambassador to Russia under Obama, and a current Stanford University professor in international studies in the Department of Political Science at Stanford University. Keep that in mind while you're watching this clip. He is a professor in international studies in political science at Stanford. Check this out.
And I want to just say one other thing. I was just on Ukrainian television just 30 minutes ago. Brave journalists, just like our team covering the war there in Kiev. And one of the commentators said something interesting about how horrific this war is. And remember, these are people who suffered under fascism, that fought the Nazis. As the Nazis came and then the Red Army came back through. One of the Russian journalists said, there's one difference between Hitler when he was coming in and Putin. Hitler didn't kill ethnic Germans. He didn't kill German-speaking people. That's I think people need to remember that when we're talking about cities like Kharkiv and Mariupol and Kiev, there are large populations there. Up to a third and sometimes as much to a half that are Russian speakers and are ethnic Russians. And yet Putin doesn't seem to care about that. He slaughters the very people he said he has come to liberate.
All right. No, this is wrong on so many levels. This is a professor in international studies at Stanford University. Look, if it was some random guest, some person that didn't know anything about history and just spouted this out, whatever. I mean, still, it's wrong, but you can at least maybe excuse them a little bit for not knowing. But when you are a professor in international studies, I don't know, maybe we should expect a little more from you. So let me get to everything wrong with this. First of all, you don't need to clean up Hitler's image to attack Vladimir Putin. What Putin is doing is atrocious on its own. I don't know why you feel the need to invoke Nazis to try and, make a point about how bad Putin is. It doesn't help your argument, and it's absurd. Also, to claim that Jewish people who lived in Germany, on German land for centuries, were not also ethnic German is just wrong. Not to mention, they also spoke German. So, again, wrong on that level. On another level, he's also wrong because Hitler did kill Germans, not just Jews, which obviously that is, the main focus of Nazis and Hitler. But to try and rehabilitate Hitler's image here by saying he didn't kill Germans is just wrong. So this from the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum. Did the Nazis only go after Jews or other people too? While Jews were the primary victims, the Nazis also targeted other groups for persecution and murder. The Nazis claimed that Roma, people with disabilities, some Slavic peoples, especially Poles and Russians, and black people were biologically inferior. The regime persecuted other groups because of politics, ideology, or behavior. These groups included communists, socialists, Jehovah's Witnesses, gay men, and people the Nazis called asocials and professional criminals. So Hitler did kill Germans in these other categories. I don't know how a professor doesn't know that. Now, look, if you didn't know that, that's fine. You don't have to know everything. It isn't your job to be a professor in international studies at Stanford University or to be a guest on MSNBC. But you can't say something this stupid when you're on television, on a political show. But it happens quite often. Also worth pointing out here that Hitler ordered the destruction of Germany as well. When in his final days, when he had lost the war, he was so disappointed in Germany that he just wanted the entire state destroyed. So, wrong. You are wrong. Also worth pointing out here, they should have known better. It's one thing for this clip to happen and then for the network and the show to kind of, try and ignore that it ever existed. But they publicized it. They clipped it out and put it on their Twitter page. Now, since then, From what I have read, I have not refreshed this, so let me do a new tab here. The tweet has been deleted. So there you go. After a big backlash, I'm recording this today, so this was up for, hours and hours overnight. But it's now been deleted. So good. It should be deleted. It shouldn't be up. But my goodness, this was just so wrong on so many levels. And even apart from how it was wrong, just there's no need to invoke Hitler when trying to criticize Vladimir Putin in any way. What Putin is doing on its own is clearly atrocious, disgusting, and should be condemned on its own without these sorts of ridiculous comparisons.